The mistake is you shoot everything aimlessly, pointlessly. You go around, you see cool thing, you shoot. You see cool thing, you shoot. You get shaky footage, you get bad angles, you get too many shots, you come back with 5 terabytes of footage that you're never gonna edit, and it just sits there whilst you slowly weep the pain away that you're never gonna see the video that you wanted to make in the first place. That's not what we want. So instead, you're going to select your shots around the story. Think, what is the story? What is the video you want to make? What is the story you want to tell? So let's say you're going to Bali. Instead of just shooting a load of random shots of Bali, you're thinking, what is the story? Okay, where am I going? Right now I'm in a hostel and I'm going to go to an epic beach. Okay, that's the story. How I'm getting there, and then when I arrive, that's probably like the climax, right? And then the ending might be a beautiful sunset with the beach, with the mission accomplished. That's your basic story. So get shots around that story.
Tastes like charcoal that's been blended. That's actually a good point.
Taste of charcoal. We're both gonna die, mate. Let's try some here.
That's a good idea.
So that's what you'd have in your mind. You've got your rough beginning, your rough middle, and your rough end. From there, you're going to shoot each part of the story, and also importantly, the transitions between each part of the story, which leads me on to step number 2. All right, step number 2 is that you're going to shoot for flow. What I mean by this is that you are continuously thinking about where you are now and how you're going to arrive where you're going to arrive. I mean, both literally, like obviously you need to be thinking about this if you want to travel, but the same way with your video. So a typical thing I see from the beginners inside my online courses is that they will create montages, which means it will be like, here's a shot of us in the hostel, here's a shot of us on the beach, and then here's a shot of us with a drink, and I cut them together, and then it's, I wonder why I don't have a story, and I wonder why I don't have a cool travel video that engages people. So you've really got to think about the flow here. How do you get from place to place? How are you going to take your viewers with you? How are you going to create suspense and excitement about where you're going, about where your viewers are going to come with you? So if you're doing this visually without any vlogging or talking to camera, then what you can do is just make sure you get those transition shots. You can even think about some cool transition effects such as whip pans or maybe covering the camera and revealing somewhere else. You can only do these things with a little bit of forethought. When I was in Bali a couple of years ago, we had to do this exact thing. We had to go from a hostel really early to get to a beach to actually catch it for sunrise. And I could have very easily got a shot of me waking up in the hostel and then a shot of us on the beach, but then I wouldn't have had a video. Instead, the whole story and the whole climactic moment was the effort to get to the beach, which actually turned out to be a nightmare. Me and George were driving around these motorcycles in the dark, not knowing where we were going, having no idea how to get there, asking locals, people who are up at 4 a.m. in the dark with their chickens on their farm, asking them where we needed to go in a completely different language. And when we actually got there,